Somewhere on the beautiful west coast of Canada, where snow-capped peaks jut out among the tree-covered tundra, orcas casually cruise the cool deep waters below. And beastly black bears rake their massive claws along the rocks, pulverizing barnacles into a tasty, nutrient-rich, sticky paste that's sure to freshen their breath, provide some much-needed calories, and oh, hi bear. I'm not too sure that's a friendly look, and I wanted to show you something else anyways. The always impressive bald eagle. Seeing one sit in the bright, vibrant grass along a rocky outcropping like this is new for me. It's absolutely beautiful, but this bird isn't alone. There's this juvenile here perched in a tree, and this sub-adult with a curious stare is sitting right next door. And a few feet from that, two more. Move back a little further, and there are 6 in one tree. Let's step back a little bit more. Bald eagles. Hundreds of them decorate the lush green treetops like dazzling lights on an evergreen Christmas tree. These birds aren't here to soak up the grandeur of the local landscape. They are here to take part in an ecological phenomenon that happens nowhere else in the world. The tide is about to shift, and when it does, it will bring a massive deluge of water so intense, the locals refer to it as the flood. A 14-foot surge is about to funnel through the islands, causing turbulent rapids, slow swirling eddies, and huge vortex-like whirlpools. As those whirlpools sweep the 1,000-foot depths, unsuspecting fish get trapped in the upwelling currents. When rushed to the surface at high rates of speed, the air inside the fish expands, leaving them helplessly trapped on the surface, and the eagles are just waiting to pick them off. Once the flood starts, the eagles start coming in from every direction, and being able to freeze the moment in time right before they snatch the poor fish from the surface adds a whole new perspective to things. Their wings are held perfectly poised to control their speed, tails up to prevent any kind of drag, and the talons are out and ready to sink into the fish that just got swept to the surface from over 1,000 feet below. Once the fish start to arrive, something changes. The birds start to fill the sky, each one scanning the surface for the next fish to get trapped. And it doesn't take long for one to come falling out of the sky, but it hasn't set its sights on a fish. It's coming for another eagle. And with style and grace, their talons come within inches of locking. Back down in the rapids, another eagle has spotted a fish. And with a horde of competing eagles hovering just above, it's best not to advertise the catch. Grabbing a perch to eat isn't a viable option either. That leaves this eagle only one choice. It has to eat while flying. That's right, the eagles here swallow their prey whole while in mid-air. Fast food at its finest. But all of this action is just the warm-up show. Every single eagle in the area has taken to the air like a swarm of angry bees. The plentiful food has sent them into a feeding frenzy that is simply unbelievable. And now the action really starts to intensify. One comes in from the left. And then another comes from the right. And then they start coming in head on. Seeing such a large bird coming in right at you is an intense experience. With a wingspan on average that is over 2 meters, their size is definitely impressive, and when they come in so close that you can actually hear the wind rushing past their feathers, you can bet you will get chills. If that doesn't do it, then direct eye contact and a casual 3-talon salute will. But the beauty of being so close to the action is the ability to see these animals in a whole new way. You get to see how each and every feather sits perfectly to the next. That massive hooked beak built for ripping prey to shreds. And then there's that 3-finger salute again. Look at those meat hooks. This is a flying dinosaur. But this bird is keeping a watchful eye on everything that is happening above it, because the competition is starting to get fierce as multiple birds come in after the same fish. The constant pressure from above has this one devouring its prey whole while flying. This is such an amazing behavior, and it can definitely be appreciated with a closer look. Look at those talons. Unbelievable. Those razor-sharp meat hooks can get up to 2 inches or 5 centimeters in length, and seeing them on display like this is just incredible, especially with the eye contact of the bird and the water droplets everywhere. The fish they are taking are called hake, and they vary in size. The smaller ones go down much easier, but this bird is having a tough time with it, but it finally gets it down, and then it banks, showing off its impressive wingspan before ascending high into the sky for yet another round. Back down below, the sea lions, they're enjoying the show. They've even lined up along the rocks to get a better view. And that gives them the perfect vantage point to see the next eagle, who is braving the rapids as it comes in with talons at the ready. Frozen in time the moment a couple of those talons start to break the surface of the water, but these eagles aren't afraid to dip their meaty legs into the clear, ice-cold drink in order to grab a tasty fish. Once they do, the drag of the water pitches them forward, and it gives us another great look at that impressive wingspan before the bird decides to look back and see if it was actually successful. And once it is satisfied with its catch, it looks for a clear path out of all of the competing eagles. And luckily for this bird, all of the competition has turned their eyes towards an entirely different bird. Now, the chase is on. And it's a midair ballet act with 5 winged beasts and 1 scaly creature from the deep. But the eagle drops the fish. And now the fish's life has taken on a new twist of fate, but the fish was already stunned, and now the eagles start coming in to finish the job. And with this many eagles in the sky, it's only a matter of seconds until the fish gets picked up and carried away. The victorious bird shoots me a confident glance before setting its sights on some other destination as the sun drops a little bit lower in the sky, setting the entire area ablaze with magnificent color and putting a spotlight on the birds who are still eager to get a meal. You just really can't beat that golden hour light. It changes everything about the way we see the world. It's almost like it's nature's way of showing us just how amazing everything is right before making it all vanish under the cover of night. And during those final seconds of the magical golden hour, one more eagle takes aim at a fish, as those last few moments of light seem to almost embrace this magnificent creature in a nice warm glow. It highlights the bird's wings with just the right amount of light and color, and sets its eyes ablaze with the fiery colors of the setting sun. The lighting is just perfect here because it's just enough to paint the bird with subtle warm highlights that make it stand out against the now dark colored waters below. And even in this low light, the eagle keeps an eye on the skies above, hoping to avoid any type of confrontation. And with the sun dropping behind the mountains and casting the landscape into shadow and silhouette, a few eagles are still flying, almost as if celebrating the spoils of the day.